Republicans just suffered a stunning, shocking, and decisive defeat in a critical mayor's race, showing the unpopularity of Donald Trump and the overall MAGA brand. In, of all places, Omaha, Nebraska, the longest serving Republican incumbent mayor in the entire country, Mayor Jean Stothert, just lost her mayor's seat to the Democratic candidate, John Ewing Jr. That's right. Omaha, Nebraska, the Democratic candidate will go on to win. And get this, it is now a 20-point swing from the last election where Jean Stothert, the prior mayor who just lost, cruised to an easy victory. Now, again, this shows the unpopularity of the MAGA brand. Now, why am I saying that? Because former Mayor Stothert was running on a platform closely tied to all of the MAGA talking points, anti-trans. She kept on talking about bathrooms, and the people of Omaha, Nebraska are like, talk about what matters to us. Stop bullying marginalized communities. And now Mayor-elect John Ewing Jr., he was talking about issues like potholes. He was talking about issues like healthcare. He was talking about issues like jobs. He was talking about issues like infrastructure. He was talking about issues like how the MAGA Republicans have engaged in a hostile takeover of our government, which has now trickled down to destroy local governments and affect local jobs and strip people of health coverage and access to social security offices in places like Omaha. So I want to show you the moment right here where John Ewing Jr., the Democratic candidate, went on to win. He's going to win by about 7 points. Again, a 20-point swing from the last race that took place where former Mayor Jean Stothert went on to win the race in 2021. Here is John Ewing Jr. celebrating the victory. Let's play this clip. And here is John Ewing's speech. Here's his victory speech. Let's play it.
Tonight, we embark on a new chapter. I am deeply honored and humbled to stand before you today as your mayor-elect.
Let me show you the concession speech right here by the former Mayor Jean Stothert. Here's her concession speech. Play this clip.
Well, let me tell you, I called John Ewing and I congratulated him. John Ewing is inheriting tonight a great city, and we leave a strong foundation for the city that we all love. We are proud, we are grateful, and we are hopeful. I've loved every minute that I have been at City Hall, 4 years on the council, 12 years as mayor. I have no regrets whatsoever, ever. And I sincerely thank each one of you that are here tonight for your partnership and your friendship. Thank you all so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Now, let's go through some of the messages right now that are being posted. So this right here from DNC Chair Ken Martin, he says, the longest serving incumbent mayor in the country, a Republican, just got fired by Democrat John Ewing in Omaha, Nebraska. Congratulations, Mayor-elect Ewing. Nebraska Dems and the Dem mayor got this done. Watch out, GOP. We are winning all over the country, up and down the ballot right now. Matt McDermott wrote when it was official, it's official. Omaha's Republican Mayor Jean Stothert loses to Democrat John Ewing, flipping the city blue for the first time in 12 years. Stothert ended her campaign pushing anti-trans bathroom bans. Voters rejected it. And you had ads like this from the Democratic Party, the Nebraska Democrats, smart ads like this. Jean is focused on potties. John is focused on fixing potholes, actually getting things done for the American people, and not focused on all of these MAGA Republican distractions and bullying of marginalized communities. The Nebraska Democratic Party wrote as part of the campaign, economics are at the top of people's minds, including potholes all over Omaha. Ewing will make lives better by focusing on issues that impact all of us. Jean Stothert and her allies are sending hateful mail and pushing creepy bathroom bills. Vote John Ewing on May 13th. And indeed, that's what took place. As we posted on the MeidasTouch network, this is a huge flip, a 20-point swing. Democrat John Ewing Jr. just turned Omaha blue, defeating the longest-serving GOP mayor in the country and becoming the city's first black mayor in history. An impressive accomplishment indeed. And folks, we've been following here on the MeidasTouch network what has been happening on the ground in Nebraska as well. And PBS did a great piece. There have been major protests in Nebraska against Donald Trump and Doge. People have been showing up to town halls of MAGA Republican Congress members. Take a look right here as Nebraskans are waking up to the fact that their Social Security and Medicaid is on the chopping block for tax cuts for billionaires. This was at a Nebraska town hall. Play this clip.
There is no organized protest, but in this deep red congressional district, those here have deep-seated concern about President Trump and Elon Musk.
So are we going to sit home on the couch and let these billionaires control the country? Hell no.
I almost kind of want to cry. It's just I don't see any hope.
Okay, where are you from?
Columbus.
Contrary to some Republican claims that outside groups come to disrupt.
Who's from the congressional district? All of you are from the congressional district. Has anyone been paid to be here?
No.
No one. Okay.
I'm actually taking work off to be here.
You're taking work off
I'm
to be
losing
here.
money to be here.
Same here.
We are the boss, not the president. We are their constituents. You don't have to follow all of us, but we have to have a voice.
I know that some of you in this room are angry.
And here from the Nebraska town hall, crowds chanting tax the rich in the ruby red district of Republican Representative Mike Flood. Let's play this clip right here.
Okay, let's talk about this. So your proposal to solve this is to tax the rich.
Moms know the hustle is real. With work, kids, errands, and everything in between, there is rarely time to slow down, let alone figure out a 10-step skincare routine. But no matter how busy life gets, your skin still deserves more than just the basics. That's why I love today's sponsor, OneSkin. Their products are true multitaskers. They hydrate, protect, and support your skin's long-term health. And it's all thanks to their OS1 peptide. It targets the cells that accelerate the visible signs of aging, like wrinkles, thinning skin, and a dry, dull complexion. OneSkin supports the skin at a deeper level, so even if I'm running on fumes, at least my skin gets what it needs. Try their cleanser, moisturizers, sunscreens, or their new peptide scalp serum because, scalp health is skin health, and get 15% off with the code Meidas at oneskin.co. That's MEIDAS. For moms who do it all, now there's a skin routine that does it all too. I've been using OneSkin's eye topical supplement and their body topical supplement, and honestly, I am shocked at how much better it's made me feel and look. The results have been undeniable. I even started using it on my hands and neck, and I've noticed the real difference, especially in texture and hydration. OS1 works at the cellular level to improve key aging biomarkers while reducing the visible signs of aging, including lines, wrinkles, and sagging skin. OneSkin is the world's first skin longevity company. By focusing on the cellular aspects of aging, OneSkin keeps your skin looking and acting younger for longer. For a limited time, you can try OneSkin with 15% off using code Meidas at oneskin.co. That's 15% off oneskin.co with code Meidas, MEIDAS. After you purchase, they'll ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Give your skin the scientifically proven gentle care it deserves with OneSkin.
Even Nebraska's GOP Representative Don Bacon talking about how people are losing trust in the Republican leaders in Nebraska. Here's what he had to say a little bit ago. Play this clip.
We were the leader of the free world, but it appears to many leaders and people all over, to include Republicans in Nebraska, that this administration is walking away from that legacy that was built by Ike Eisenhower and all these presidents, and really a capstone of Ronald Reagan, peace through strength, and building these close alliances. And we are undermining that legacy right now. I'm not interested in a foreign policy that is totally built on realism or transactionalism, where it's just, what do we have in it for us? I believe in having a foreign policy that's a mix of realism, protecting our country, and idealism, where we're the leaders standing for freedom, free markets, rule of law. And we gotta be clear-eyed, but also have moral clarity. Putin invaded Ukraine. He's murdered all of us political opponents. He tried to kill a previous Ukrainian prime minister. He's bombing cities. He's ramped up the bombing of cities.
Now, I talked about how Jean Stothert, the former mayor, was using all of this MAGA messaging. One mailer from a political action group supporting Stothert grabbed attention for bringing up transgender policies. Stothert brings up the issues in her own television ads all the time. Ewing stands with radicals who want to allow boys and girls sports. That's one of the things that Stothert was running on. Ewing said nobody's ever brought that question up, so I believe it's a made-up issue by Jean Stothert and the Republican Party. The people were not buying these culture war issues. Let me give you some facts about John Ewing Jr. With over 4 decades of unwavering commitment to public service, John Ewing's extensive background in law enforcement and community involvement has profoundly impacted Omaha. His leadership as Douglas County Treasurer and his deep roots in local community service highlights his readiness to serve as your next mayor. Here are some photos of him right here. Here's a statement that came out from the Nebraska Democrats before the Stothert campaign was running misleading ads regarding John Ewing's record and agenda, while former Mayor Stothert continues to use the same tired Republican playbook to distract voters with culture wars like focusing on bathrooms. John Ewing continues to focus on real issues that impact people's pockets, the endless potholes, the new economic development, and housing that will help Omahans, not Jean's big donors. Ultimately, Jean would rather focus on potties, while John focuses on fixing potholes. Under her leadership, the Omaha Police Department has skewed its numbers on new hires, but the bottom line remains Omaha has failed to recruit 100 officers. People were commenting on Jean Stothert's ads as such. These Jean Stothert ads are laughable. She must be getting desperate with the bathroom and male and women's sports bullshit. What the F does a mayor of Omaha have to do with this? And then as she was getting closer to Election Day, she tried to backtrack and move away from a lot of these Trump messages. She's like, I'm not with Trump, but the voters of Omaha, Nebraska were not buying it, folks. They were not buying it at all. So a incredible victory there, you see, from the Democratic candidate, John Ewing Jr. And again, I think this is a major sign of what's to come across the country. We'll keep you posted with more here on the MeidasTouch Network. Thanks for watching.
Can't get enough Meidas? Check out the Meidas Plus Substack for ad-free articles, reports, podcasts, daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, and more. Sign up for free now at MeidasPlus.com.